Hello everyone, how's it going today? Happy Wednesday! We are back for some more Lego building. This time we've got the city set downtown. So this one has been waiting for me to build it for a little while. So let's go ahead and get into it by opening it up. Get my scissors here. So this one has about 2,000 pieces. So I do have some small city sets if we finish on early on Friday, which I suspect we will. Alright. So put that down there and start extracting bags. We got 13, so that can go there. I swear my camera moves around a little bit. That's 18, 15, 11. Could just be like vibrations of the house shifting the arms slightly. Alright, there's 6. Maybe there was a minor earthquake. I mean, it's entirely possible that there were some minor earthquakes that we didn't feel. But I suspect it's probably more just the house shifting, people walking through the house, trucks driving by, that kind of thing. Right, there's 2. Three. 14, 8. Oh, hey. Another bag with, like, the base plates and stuff. 16. I haven't looked to see how many bags there were in this set, so I don't know what the top limit is. 9, 1. There is our packet of instructions and such. Another large bag of stuff. That's 5. That is 7. $17. 4. And 12. There we go. Stop falling over, box. Jeez. Alright, so, let's see. Let's push these to the side. We got 16 and 17. There's 10, 11, 12. 14, 15, 18. Alright, so it looks like 18 bags. Don't start slipping on the floor. Speaking of eggnog, there was a fun episode of the podcast You're Wrong About on the Dictionary Wars, of which eggnog played a part. Because there was this British guy who wrote an English dictionary in part to try and, you know, stave off the language changes coming from the Americas, the new words like skunk and eggnog. All right, so there's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we'll leave 1 up here. All right, so we got a bag of large plates. Some of them the 2-plate thick ones. Let's get that there. Go ahead and put this down there. We got 2 bags of these parts, which they're not actually the same bag. Okay. They do have different parts in each of them. Interesting. Thought maybe it would be same bag twice, but nope. Well, he wasn't. It wasn't just American words that the guy had an issue with. It was also just new words. But the guy would he would use definition, like how dictionaries will have a use sentence, they'll include a sentence where the word is used. But he would have essentially very culturally political sentences. Like he would use a word by inferring that all of America is a barbarian state. Or that the Scots were barbaric or something like that. And then Noah Webster in the U.S., I don't know if it was specifically because of that, but he tried to do a spelling reform, which failed because he wanted to basically make all the words completely phonetic. So tough would be T-U-F. Enough would be E-U-N-U-F. $1693, yes, but this was in the 1700s when this dictionary was written. So it was still new. It was still new at that time. But so Noah Webster, he couldn't. No one wanted to do his spelling reforms, so he decided to take 27 years to write a dictionary, an American dictionary with all of the American words, words from native cultures and everything like that. And he did manage to slip in some spelling reforms there. That's why we've dropped most of our U's. Because then, of course, that was then, purchased by schools and taught in schools. But it's a really interesting podcast episode. The U budget was low. Yeah, we don't want to use up our U's. They're important. The Brits are just profligate usage. They've got profligate usage of it. They're going to run out one day, and then they're going to come to us. And then who will be laughing? Howdy, Seelan. How's it going? Thus, words became less colorful. But basically, all of the differences in spelling between the U.S. and the U.K. are from that. You have the best horse in Minecraft? I saw that you got a zombie horse. I mean, it just wants to eat your brains, though. It is not as good as horse, no. But a horse is also not in Minecraft, so... You've tamed it. I mean, that's what everyone says until the zombie horse eats their brain. But I've tamed you! Chomp. You've noticed loanwords in American English are usually Spanish, while in British English they're French. American English has a lot of French words, even, because we got them from before, from a time when the dominant political people were Northern French speakers. Some of the words that we have that are French don't seem French because of Noah Webster's spelling reforms. Stealth spelling reforms. Like the fact that we spell theater E-R rather than R-E. Here is the front wheel. English has idioms in French that even the French don't have. Well, also, there's some French word order, like attorneys general. That's a Frenchism. Surgeons general. That's a Frenchism. All right, sticker would go on there, but I'm not putting stickers on. Okay, so, carrot top for some generic veggies and a pair of strawberries. Real gold, you mined it yourself. Want some gold? You maintain your theory that the zombie apocalypse will occur, and not because of a virus or accidental discovery in necromancy, but due to the world running out of coffee? Well, I suppose the good news is that I will be one of the non-zombies in that case. Okay, trans pink cone. I'm assuming this is a blender. Well, I didn't say I wanted your gold. I just said I wanted gold. Okay, yeah, so this is a blender. This is a smoothie. And that's what this is all about. Turning the veggies and the strawberries into a delicious pink smoothie. Well, I mean, like, the vast majority of the basic words in English, the words that everyone uses every day, are also Germanic. The, though, that, when, what. All of those are Germanic. None of, you know, the vast majority of them are not French. There's a handful of them. There's a very small number. There are some, but not very many. All right, so there we go. Next up, we need to find a particular plate that is in here. you do enjoy a cup of coffee in the morning, you can survive without it, too, so you'll be fine as well. You've seen people that can't even put socks on correctly until after they've had their first cup. I think that's called an addict. Alright. So, 2x4 tiles. Well, it's more the caffeine than the coffee itself. But also, just about anything that gives you some dopamine can be addicting. Can't jinx me. Yes, I can be addicting. It's true. It's true. And really, y'all should be addicted to me. It's true. Love me. I mean, alright, so green. This is bright green rather than regular green. And orange. Enjoy the smell of coffee, but hate the taste. I wouldn't say that I love the smell of coffee, but the smell of coffee is okay. It is definitely a lot better than the taste of it. Oops. I would not say that 50% of English vocabulary is French or Latin. I mean, if you include words brought in directly from Latin for as technical terms, sure. But sometimes you can't really include technical terms. It's because they're technical terms. This is a crosswalk here. This is going to be a crosswalk. There is a significant portion of English that is also Norse. There is a small subset of it that is Celtic. And particularly in the US, there is a small subset that is Native American. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab... Not that one. Okay, we got a, what amounts to a road plate these days. Howdy, Farron, how's it going? One of the few people out there that actually does like the taste of coffee. You drink it straight up, no additives at all. My dad liked it black as well. Well, languages from neighbors, but also languages from conquering and conquerors. The conquered and the... You know, those who've been conquered and those who do the conquering. The reason why we have so much French is because the Normans conquered England. The reason our language is primarily Germanic rather than Celtic is because the Anglo-Saxons conquered the Celts. There we go, got that road. And we need another one of these. Fun fact for the day, the coffee bean is actually a type of cherry. Yep. Here is the other bit for the center line. There we go. Get our curved tiles. I would consider buying these to do like streets in a Lego town, except they're kind of expensive. There's a lot of extra pieces. Did I miss using this somewhere? Oops. I don't think I did. Usually you don't get an extra one of those. Or an extra one of these. This is normal. Alright, hold on a second. Let's see. Trans red 1x2. There's one there, one there, one there. No, that's extra. Alright. Okay, I think that these are extra in that they can allow you to connect this road up with other sets with these road pieces. So they're extra, but they're not extra. So that's 4 dark gray 2x4s. That is a trans red 1x2 tile. A bright green 2x2 triangular tile, trans light blue 1x1 tile slope, 1x1 cylinder tiles in gray and pink, gray with a gauge pattern and pink with the strawberry pattern, a smooth tire, a gray wheel. These wheels specifically are all the way back from the 80s, mid-80s. Or the late 80s, actually. Clear 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg. An angle bar with stud. Black 1x1 cylinder plate. And a bright green carrot top. Okay, so next up, bag number 2. Weighing the cost of these versus the cost of enough individual tiles to take up that much space, though. So you'd also need a plate to go underneath. So these are probably cheaper. Partly because there's going to be a premium on getting the individual pieces, generally. Like, you, Oop. 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 Heads. Heads are gonna roll, apparently. Ooh, I don't think I've gotten a translate blue one of these. I don't think I've gotten a transparent one of these at all. That's cool. We got 2 of them. Howdy, Ayagra, how's it going? So 2 of those. Those are there, put those there. Yellow door. Howdy, Ice Oven, how's it going? Okay, so first of all, we have our little girl. She's got a skirt. There's her Princess Linda t-shirt. Just figuring out how to run an archipelago multi-world. I have no idea what that is. Is that, like, in a specific game or something? Okay. There's her little hair, and on top of her head... Get her kitty ears. All right, where's my zoom? There we go. Princess Linda t-shirt, always adorable. A server thing where you run randomizers multiplayer. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Alright, let's see. We do not want either of those. We want... Okay, so we got an 8x16 double plate with cutouts, is essentially what this is. 1x4 plates in there. Those are clearly raccoon ears to be like Princess Linda. I suppose that's possible. Or just throw carrots at them because it's fun. Oops. Can be different games too, so your Super Metroid Spazer might be in your Final Fantasy incentivized box and Marsh Cave. Alright, there we go. Let's actually put this aside, because it doesn't look like we're actually using that right now. Alright. Get the door in the door frame. And a dark blue doorknob. There we go. Silver 1x2 grill tiles. Okay, we got our panel pieces in there, a 1x8 brick. Okay, and then we use these on either side of the door, which I do like. I like how that looks. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Then we'll get the transparent light blue one there. Okay, then turn it around and Okay, where's a white minifig head? That is plain, alright. And I think this is... Is this an Iron Man? No, this is not an Iron Man helmet because those are open. I think this might just be from, like, one of the collectible minifig series. But got a mask in the window. I think this is going to be like a costume shop or something. Lots of medium azure. Alright. And one of the Thanos gauntlets. Get that right there. I think there's some of those in the Spider-Man set as well. Maybe we'll even get that minifig tonight. Alright, 1x2 tile with a sticker on it. And a green microfigure, which, given that this is regular Lego green, this would make great, like a great example of like those green army men. I'm not even sure if they still make those. Alright, where is the booklet? I'll go ahead and pull out the sticker sheet so we can at least look at what the stickers are. What's a microfigure? This is a microfigure. I'll zoom in on it. See, it's used as statues, but if it's printed, it may actually be used to represent an actual person. They've done that in, like, for Ant-Man when he's shrunk down. They've done it for, just, like, toys. Alright, where's the sticker sheet? There's the sticker sheet. $15? $14. Ah, okay. I think that's a Ninjago guy. Yeah, when the set is larger scale than the minifig scale, we got a couple with the Saturn V for astronauts. So there's that. Not going to put the stickers on this time, but we'll take a look at them. Alright. So this cabinet goes over here. I think they also showed up in a set for, you know, when they were doing some of the various board games, the Lego board games. We did not build the Saturn V. I do own it, but it like went out of production. It was in production for quite a while, almost like 10 years or something like that. Although it had two different set numbers. All right, another one. That is 19. There is another sticker sheet. Oh, wow. All right. That is reflective. Try not to get the light reflecting in it. I was thinking it was a phone, but I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Howdy, little bunny. How's it going? So that goes right there. And we have a little... I don't know if this is like a play set or a stack of like toys or something like that. Well, didn't miss. Here's Princess Linda Fangirl. See, isn't she adorable? I mean, what girl isn't a fan of Princess Linda, though, right? Ah, you came in as I was putting the ears on her. Fair enough. You didn't say hi. It's terrible. So rude. Yep, make sure that the pieces are straight. And get that right there. It might be like a Ninjago playset type thing. You didn't see one, but did one of the stickers look like a box of Lego for the toy store? No. I didn't. No, I don't think so. There is a... so the Lego puts out a an employee gift set for Christmas. And this year it is a modular city set. Not very tall. It's not very large, but it is a modular city set. It does connect up with the modular city buildings. And I think it does have a toy store. Yes. Yeah, those ears are the same in that one. They came out for it was using the mini dolls. It was a line of sets using the mini dolls. It was Gabby's Dollhouse. That's where they debuted. All right, so that poster has this guy, this DJ, Lego DJ. Howdy, Gilded Tongue. How's it going? Right there. Howdy, Lord Canis. I'm glad that you exist. It would be unfortunate if you did not exist. You should make sure you keep existing. It's kind of important. And then this goes right there. There we go. Did we get the other minifig? Did I just miss it? I did. I just missed it. Okay. Oops. Completely blanked on this one. All right, so we got a purple set of pauldrons. We'll go ahead and put a face mask on him. The T-Rex head. There we go. He's got a mouth. He's got quite the mouth on him. He really does. Howdy, Tom Brown. How's it going? And this is just red. It's not pink. Kind of looks coral. So we can turn the face around. It can be just a guy in the suit. You can also put his hair on, even though he's still wearing the like the pull-up face thing. But let's see that uvula, right? Let's see that uvula. Off for the rest of the week? Nice. It is always nice. Alright, so, spare parts. 1x1 plates in sand blue and black. 1x1 pyramid slope in black. Gray 1x1 tile with a keypad print. 1x1 cylinder plates in dark blue and red. Kitty ears. A green microfigure. And not really extra, but can't use it at the same time. Black hair. So there we go. Alright, bag number 3. Hey, not a rogue AI. If you find the uvula lewd, don't look at me. Yes, LEGO did do some Toy Story sets, and they did have the green army men. I think I got 2 of those sets. Do I have that accessible? Maybe next ad break I'll go look. Reminds you of one day you went into work during lockdown, Main Street was dead, and you were the only one working. His family dressed in T-Rex costumes decided to check out your display windows. You opened the door and said, "Why are there dinosaurs in my foyer?" I mean, why wouldn't there be dinosaurs in your foyer? That's the bigger question. There should be dinosaurs in your foyer every day. Homeschooling art to their kids. Well, that's good. Okay, another pair of silver grill tiles. We've got more medium azure tiles up top. Alright, let's get the curved bricks on here. Two by 2 plate, 2x4 tile with a City Comics sticker on that. And that goes right in there to get the sign above the door. And more tiles. Alright. Black friction pins here. So I really don't see a whole lot of comics here. Alright, this 2x3 tile goes in there out front, and that would be a comic book. City Tales. Let's go ahead and zoom in on that. Nice little comic book cover. It's rather large, though. Like, look at the size of this comic book compared to her. Comes up to her neck. Gigantic comic book. Okay, we need a plate. There we go. Comic-Con? The Dread Comic-Con? They're called graphic novels. Yeah. We got black lampposts. There we go. Right up there. Well, manga's only for the Japanese ones. Okay, that's bike lane. So I get the bike symbol there, and get that. Spare parts, a black friction pin. Also, Bahamut, that is specifically a Mystery Science Theater 3000 reference. Alright, and that goes right there. Alright. Oh, no, don't fall out, please. Okay, I'm just going to put these two minifigs right here for now. I'll move them later, but we need to move that up there for now. Okay, bag number 4. I mean, there was specifically a... damn, it's a cartoon, yeah. There was specifically a thing. I don't know, I mean, it may still be a thing, I don't know, but when I was a kid, or young, and fans of comic books wanted to elevate their hobby, it was not uncommon to hear something along the lines of, "It's not a comic book, it's a graphic novel." I might not actually need that yet. Probably will, but... Let's see, there's his head, there's his hair. Alright. It's a Fruit Newton. It's fruit and cake. It's not a cookie. When I was a kid, I always thought that they were saying in that in those ads, fruited, not fruit and, like fruit ed. I had no idea what it was supposed to mean. I thought it was just, you know, I was a kid. I thought it was just a word I didn't know. Alright, let's zoom in on this guy. With his little ponytail back there. I think that this may have been in white in one of the CMFs. But I'm not sure. Also, let me turn down the brightness a little bit. It might be a little bit too much. There we go. Alright. Who looks like someone from an anime. Alright, 2 1x8s and 2 1x4s. And we do have an ad about to start. So I will probably step away for a very brief moment when the ads run. I want to see if I have some of those Army Men figures from Toy Story nearby. Because I think I do. Let's see, 2x2 cylinder. So this is actually a Star Wars print. It's on like the small scale Millennium Falcons. Lots of tiles, yes. Do appreciate tiling. You hope it ends up in the Enterprise? Don't know. But the Enterprise will be going on sale tomorrow. Sort of tomorrow. Technically Friday, but at midnight, so I will be getting myself ready. I mean, if they're a Trekkie who hates Star Wars, they probably don't know. Because they probably have not gotten Star Wars Lego. Like, if they hate Star Wars that much, that they wouldn't get Star Wars Lego, if they're a Lego fan. So I know someone on another Discord who mentioned a rumor that there was going to be a re-release of the original cuts of Star Wars in 2027, and they asked me if I was alive to see the original run in theaters. I was wounded. I was deeply, deeply wounded. Deeply, deeply wounded. No, I didn't see any of them in the original, in the theater for the original run. I mean, Return of the Jedi was what, 83? Even if I saw it, I wouldn't remember it. All right, so there are some bollards there. The first movie that I remember seeing in the theaters, and I got scared and had my mother take me out, was The Goonies. That is the first movie that I remember seeing in theaters. We didn't go to see movies in theaters much when I was a kid. basically, it took me being a teenager to go on my own, to be able to go on my own, to really start seeing a fair number of movies in theaters. So a sticker of an Asian pattern would go on there, and right here. First, remember, I was falling asleep during the Jack Nicholson Batman and waking up at the end. You were like 4. I don't think I've ever fallen asleep in a movie theater. Alright, so this goes right here. Okay, the ad is running. I'm going to step away very briefly just to go see if I have something. Fell asleep during Hero. Okay, that is kind of a boring movie. I can understand that. Alright, I'm going to step away for just a moment. Where is my mute? There it is. Okay, I got a box to show something off, and when we come back from the break. Let's see. There we go. Fell asleep during Les Mis production, but to be fair, it had been a long day and a long tunnel ride that day. I saw a production of The Phantom of the Opera at the Kennedy Center. Lion King was the first that you think you remember watching? There was a period of time where my father took either my sister and I or just me. I don't remember if my sister was always interested in them. To like every Disney movie that came out. I mean the animated Disney movies, you know, the yearly thing. The ones that I know we went to were Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, maybe Aladdin. It was like for a 2 or 3 year period. My mother didn't care for going to see movies much, so I don't think, while my parents were together, I don't think we went to see many. The only movie that I remember going to with my mother, actually, as a movie that she wanted to see, was Titanic. Also got to see Grease. Alright, I'll get all these done, and I'll pull out this box of some interesting things that I had. Or at least I'll pull the interesting things out of the box. Well, I do have the alert that ads are about to start. It should be showing up for you guys. Okay. Oh, right. I did this wrong. All right. It is commercial sign, indeed. I don't really like these strings of handholds, strings of bars, very much. Even the when they're plastic rather than rubber, or this soft this soft plastic, which may not actually be rubber, I don't know. It's just a pain in the butt to get the things properly lined up. Why is there a bulldozer tread going through that store? This is an open space. It's a plaza. See, there's a bike lane. There we go. Alright, so, spare parts. Again, two 2x4 dark gray tiles, again, to connect this up here with other things. A white bowl. Red and gray 1x1 cylinder tiles with top pegs. 1x1 cylinder plates in trans neon green and pink, trans pink. Black 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. A black microphone. A gray whisk. And a tan set of chopsticks. Okay, let me take a look at this box that I pulled out. What do we have interesting in here? So, Toy Story Army Men. Definitely has more than that in there. I think I need to sort this. I think this box is for sorting. But there's a green metal detector, which is really cool. They do not make this model of metal detector piece anymore, which sucks. I think because the angle here is weird. It doesn't, like, connect up with anything. But, you know, you could do this and attach interesting things up there. These two studs can go into hollow studs like that. Such a really neat, versatile piece. What else is in here? Jeez. There's a horse. So this is actually slightly different from horse. Let me zoom in on the two horses. So, this is horse, and this is later pseudo-horse. You can see the color is different on the bridle, and also it has kind of an attempt at a more realistic eye, whereas this is the staring eye of horse. It's just not. It's not the same. Not the same. Oh. This is a cool dragon shield. What else do I have in here? I didn't know this was in here. I don't know that there's anything else interesting in here right now, but... The Army Men are not put together. They have this interesting piece for a base, which is kind of neat. Anyway, I need to set that aside, because I need to sort that. Let's see. What else do I have? Collectible minifig, an elf. with a pretty neat shield. I really like that. Great printing on the torso, a big longbow, which doesn't see much production. It's one of the early collectible minifigs. Other interesting collectible minifigs. We got a samurai. These are all... This is like Series 1, 2, or 3. I don't remember... I'd have to like go and actually look at which ones they were. There's a baseball player with an actual baseball bat. The Clutchers is his team. So the original Series 1 was extremely limited in quantities, so I had to get these aftermarket. They were already put together, unfortunately. But here's the sheet for Series 1. So we had Native American, cheerleader, and I may not have even gotten all of them. I don't know. Caveman, clown, crash test dummy, robot, skater, zombie, magician, luchador, doctor, ninja, probably a bandit. And this guy might actually be in the wanted poster of the sheriff. We got a diver, forest man, and an astronaut. So there's some interesting things in here. I don't want to go through this all right now. I'll look at that later, see if there's anything interesting in there to pull out and show you guys. Actually, these guys should have gone back in there. I will get them back in later. All right. Let's get out bag number 5. Let's also zoom out. Probably a good idea. All right. This goes on right there. Not sure if this guy is supposed to be the chef or the consumer. Let's put him there for now. Something we've not seen, a park where there's a bit of sports ball set up, like for basketball or softball or volleyball or something. To a certain extent, Lel Bunny, I think that's mainly because I don't get those sets very often. We've definitely had some. There was a little bit in that school we built a few years back. I think I had a skate park. Ooh. It's a 4x8 inverted tile there. A couple large plates. Well, I mean, I was pretty sure I had them in that box that I pulled out. But there's some other neat things in there. Things that I forgot about, because I haven't looked in there for a while. Alright. Let's see. Bag number 4, we're going to need... this one. Now I have to sort that box? I mean... it's very much a may do it, not will do it. So this is another nougat shade. The hair. Little chef lady. Make her smiling as people come into her shop. There we go. It's like strawberry blonde there. What, you mean these? With the 2-plate thickness? Yeah, I mean, it's a good way of expanding out a base structure without necessarily needing a whole lot of connecting parts. They're not as useful for construction stuff, I find, though. Ah, gray 1x4s again. I was looking for red. Howdy, Keith Ellery. How's it going? Alright, half tiles. There we go. Corrugated bricks. And a 1x8 there. Need a panel. And another 1x3. Okay. 1x4 brick. I think we're making a brick oven, for brick oven pizzas here. Made the Minotaur selections quicker tonight. Now we'll have to wait, though. I'm probably going to have pizza for Thanksgiving tomorrow. I think that's going to be my Thanksgiving tradition. I will be thankful for me. My sister couldn't come down for Thanksgiving, so it will be a lonely day. Kind of the way that I like it. All the traditionalists, yep. Though you planned on it? Well, I mean, I knew that it would be happening, so. The pizza I decided on the other day because, like, I probably would have done something with my mother, but she's going to some friend's house. So she will be busy, so I will be alone. I gotta do recording anyway, so, you know, it's like... It's a work day for me anyway. You got a chicken pot pie and a chocolate cream pie for tomorrow? Nice. I want a chicken pot pie. Chicken pot pies are great. You know, there was pie discourse on Blue Sky the last day or two, and I just realized that I don't think anyone mentioned chicken pot pies, which is a disappointment. The bigger disappointment is that I don't think anyone mentioned cheesecake either. There we go. Got a pizza right there. All ready to be eaten. Orders all the Thanksgiving pizza. Roast turkey, ham, stuffing, gravy, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole. That sounds kind of gross. That sounds kind of gross. Okay, we've got a rolling pin there. Why is there a pepper shaker? Do people actually put pepper on their pizza? Pepper pizza? Pepper pizza. No, I mean black pepper. Do you put both black and red pepper on your pizza? Okay. There are people who do that. Freak. I mean, I'm just kidding. It just occurred to me when building this. I was like, I can't think of anyone I've ever seen do that, so it was like, I wonder if people do. I mean, I personally like a little pizza with my salt, so. Speaking of pizza. Last year, one of the frozen pizza companies did a limited run Thanksgiving Detroit-style pizza. It was actually hella good. No ham, though. I'm not even going to dignify that, Bahamut. Not even going to dignify that. You monster. Gravy instead of tomato sauce sounds weird. Although white pizzas are pretty good. There's a local chain, although I don't know how much it still exists these days. I have not seen one recently. Jerry's Subs and Pizza, that were my first exposure to white pizza. Why is that song cut off? I need to look into that. Shut your mouth, Gilded Tongue. You monster. How dare you. Alright, let's see. There's the corner pleats. The way I said that amused you enough. I'm glad. That is the important thing. Alright, we got medium azure. I'm gonna put these on first. And I will do the white ones. And I'll do the ends. Alright. Get that on. So we got a nice awning there. In traditional Italian colors. Dunkirk, Aberdeen, and Solomon's Island. There's only 3 left? That's a real shame. They had pretty good subs, and they had pretty good pizza, too. Do you just live to see me in pain, Bahamut? Is that your life goal now? Are you actually a tinker gnome and you've made that your life quest? Make Ald suffer through inventing terrible combinations of food? I think that is. Just need to make yourself feel better. By making me suffer, huh? So mean. I thought you were my friend. Alright, we got... There we go. Shorty bricks. By sharing terrible food. But it makes me suffer. Some people just like to see the world suffer by inventing terrible... What is that now? Okay. There we go. Oh, I know what Schadenfreude is. Bahamut gifting out a pair of gift subs. Aw, that's very generous. Thank you. You share the pain, you share the gift subs. So I guess it evens out. Okay, got our roof on there. You needed to. I do appreciate it. Alright, so here is our inverted tile here. Did once buy like 20 or something frozen Hawaiian pizzas since they were on clearance for like $2 or $3 each and ate them all over like 2 months. I mean, if they were that cheap, I might too and take off the pineapple. Because usually, like, frozen pizzas don't put the, like... They're not, like, cooked and then frozen kind of thing. So you're not going to get the leakage. We have a billboard here. The pineapple essence, yes. It's kind of like rose petal essence, but pineapple. There apparently are culinary rose petals, too. Alright, so we have the... Coming soon, a movie, apparently. Go ahead and zoom in on the movie billboard. So it's the Tyrannosaurus guy and the guy with the mask from the comic book store. There we go. Get that up there. Sadly, there's no Mega Flare flavored pizza. I mean, you just gotta try. So if you got Mega Flare and sausage pizza, then you could say, that's a spicy meatball. Speaking of pizza, here's a big slice. It's a really big slice, too. Like, that is a full quarter. That is a full quarter of pizza. There we go. Get that sign over the awning. You'd eat that pizza slice? I mean, it's a little plasticky. It's a little plasticky. I don't know if you'd enjoy it. Get that plant box in. There we go. Vital microplastics there. That's true. That's true. Alright, get the plate. 2x4 and 1x2 grill tiles. More bike lane tiles. And some seats. Go ahead and get our lady chef in there. She's kind of hidden back there. Holy cow. I feel like this should be a whole brick higher in here. Should buy a pizza slice from Market Basket this weekend. It's a quarter pizza for around $5. Alright, let's go ahead and get this on here correct. Yes, there we go. There is no, like, it does not connect, so it does wibble and wobble a little bit there. Alright, spare parts. We've got 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles in green and red, 1x1 plate in red, 1x1 cylinder plate in beige and gray with a hollow stud, 1x1 cylinder tile in trans yellow, gray half pin, yellow 1x1 plate flower, a black robot arm, and a brown ore. You have somewhere to go for Thanksgiving, so sadly you have no excuse for pizza? I mean, you could always get a pizza afterwards. Or, when pizza's on a bagel... Alright, let's see. Okay, 2 window pieces. We got a door and a window. Minifig parts. No, that's not the right hair. You're doing the cooking tomorrow, so you don't have much excuse? I mean, that sounds like you're just not trying to have an excuse. You could have an excuse if you want to. Oh, no, this is perfect. Oh, yes. This is a barber, so, you know, he's just finished cutting and, that expression. It's a little bit of a, ooh, what have I done? I like it. 4 is not too bad. Some of our Thanksgivings past have been over 20. Was that your ear? So, we got that. We want this one. Alright, there is some medium nougats. There's dark gray 1x4. Is this dark orange? think this is dark orange. Let's see. Yeah, I believe this is dark orange. Anytime I have some of the nougat shades, the medium nougat shades nearby, it always throws me off about the dark orange. Actually, in the past, we've oftentimes had two Thanksgivings. One kind of well before Thanksgiving. Well, not well before, but like the weekend before, because an aunt would come by on her way to visit her, other members of the family, of her family, not mine. And so we'd have a Thanksgiving, but unfortunately she's got cancer right now and is really struggling with that, so she is unlikely to be traveling up again. Thank you. It's worse for my mother because my mother had two sisters. Two sisters. One of them died of multiple sclerosis about 30 to 35 years ago, somewhere in there. And now this sister is sick, and both of them were younger than my mother, so it's like really, one of those real gut punch type things. Okay, 2x2 cylinders. 1x1 with a side stud. And my cousins also... I don't know how many of my cousins, of her kids, actually know the extent of how bad it is. They probably do now, but I don't think they did when the cancer kind of came back recently. But they also lost their dad to cancer like a couple decades ago. Well, I think maybe 15 years ago or something like that. So, just really, really crappy. Really crappy situation for them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3. Yes, 2 more. So I will probably have to take a few days off when the inevitable happens. There, 1x4, and we have 1x2 brick there. Pair of half-cylinder bricks. But that's all for some other time. I do like getting the, buildings with columns in it. Okay. So we get the window in and 2 stickers, which these 2 stickers kind of remind me of very early, like early 80s town stickers. I'm not sure exactly why, but it's just the kind of simplistic nature of it, and how one goes on there, one goes on there kind of thing. but we got the Santa beard. We've got a brush, which is not actually the Lego brush. I'm a little disappointed by that. Another Lego hairpiece and Lego scissors. There's no Thanksgiving special stream, no, because Thursday is normally when I record with Zerfall, and since I don't have anything going on, I will probably be recording with him, because he's Canadian. He already had his Thanksgiving. One feeds the beard, the other cuts the beard. Yes, you feed the beard with a brush, with a hairbrush. That's how it works. I would love a giant ham sandwich. I would eat it all. Would feast on the delicious hamness. Delicious hamness. Looks like a spoon? I understand. I got what you meant. I'm just pointing out it's a hairbrush. Also, one of those was hair, not a beard, so... Kobolds are very good at chopping up ham. That's true. Alright, so we get our angled door frame, window frame piece, get the door in, get the door handle on, and the angle brick. Kobold preparing ham for my sandwich. Good kobold. Downside being that it is gonna, you know, smell like wet dog, but... It's the thought that counts, right? You want to go get smoked Gouda at the bakery as they have a small deli in the bakery? Nice. You should do that. There is a deli up the, like, shopping center corridor from my local bakery. But I usually get stuff at just my grocery store. Alright, so white, red, white, blue, white, and then the red 1x1 cylinder plate with bar for the barbershop spiral thingy. I wonder what the origin of that is. I should look that up one of these days. And on top, a silver spiral. That goes right there. $10 per pound. You should get a couple pounds. Yeah, I get provolone from my local grocery store. And the store brand provolone is so much better than the name brand provolone. It's kind of shocking. It had something to do with bloodletting. Okay, now we have. I really like these cute half arches because you get this nice smooth 6-wide arch. Go. One there, and one there. You've been binging Turkish historical drama still? Oh, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I have been binging bad movies on Tubi. so much fun. I noticed that they have the Odyssey miniseries with Armand Assante from the... when was that? That was like right around 99 or so, I think. Yes, the giant claw was terrible, and it was great. Oops, actually, before we put those in... I was aware of it, but I had forgotten the name of it. So I had definitely seen that monster before. The second it showed... Well, yeah, the second it showed up, might have been even before, I realized, oh, it's that. Well, I have, Lord Canis, inadvertently watched a few things that either Riff Tracks or the later non-Netflix seasons of MST3K did. Yeah, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works, kind of thing. Artie wants to know if I've seen Transylvania 65,000. No, but I am aware of it. Isn't that the one with the guy who played Kramer on Seinfeld and the janitor on UHF? Or is that a different one? Yeah, antimatter would go boom. I mean, they did ask why it doesn't go boom. Jeff Goldblum, too? Yeah. So at least they acknowledged it. I mean, I think if they had gotten a better studio to do the special effects, like they wanted someone better, but they didn't have the budget for it. They had to get a Mexican company to do it or something like that. It probably would have been a much better remembered for actually being decent. Because the acting was good. Why is this not just a regular head? Because this hair is not going to stay on here. How about Reptilicus? I don't think I've seen that one. Alright, so one of the shiny stickers would go on there for a mirror. Let's see, what have I watched recently? Okay, I was pleasantly surprised by the 1984-ish She movie. It's just called She. Supposedly based off of the late 1800s novel. Very, very different. Extraordinarily different. But I actually loved that. That's the movie that I was watching, and I was like, I know that voice. Oh my god, that's Scott Bernard from Robotech. Right, there's a brush. See, I finally got to watch Deathstalker 2, which I think is probably going to be my favorite of all of them. No, I'm not turning this around. I'm not putting the groove on the outside. Boots up Tubi on his tablet. Yes. Deathstalker and the Warriors from Hell, which is good. Like, I think that one would probably be my second favorite. I need to watch the first one, but I think they were trying to be more serious with the first one. The second one and the third one, I think, are definitely a bit more tongue-in-cheek because it works out better that way. The third one gets a bit of extra fame because the main character lady in that became ambassador to Denmark between 2016 and 2020, give or take. 2017 and 2021, really. Which I find absolutely hilarious. But Deathstalker 2 is the one with Monique Gabrielle, who is a face actor. She does a lot with her face that she probably shouldn't if she were trying to be an actual, like, A-list star kind of thing. I'm not sure that she cared. But her facial expressions are just fantastic. And the guy in it, I don't know what else he's been in, but he was one of the guys who got murdered in Chopping Mall. Because I think they're both Jim Wynorski productions. And he was great as Deathstalker. Like, I think he was absolutely having the time of his life, and it comes through. Still can't believe you entered the Riff Tracks Twitch channel during a David Carradine movie, and there was a noose going around him. Like, how the hell do you even riff that? Chopping Mall is great, yes. Chopping Mall is great. So in Chopping Mall, that actor is the guy who gets killed to show you that the robots that have just been, like, hit by lightning have become actually evil. They're not just, you know, it's not just like making a mistake or anything like that. They've just become evil. Hold on a second. I need to blow my nose. Alright, so spare parts. We've got 1x1 cylinder plates with bars in red and gray, 1x1 cylinder plates in blue, white, and trans yellow, 1x1 plate in lime green, bright green 1x1 plate flower, 1x1 cylinder tile in orange, 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg in black, a white tap, silver scissors, and a silver spiral ice cream piece. So let's get our hairdresser in there. Go ahead and get that right on there. Yeah, the security robots that go on a killing spree. The girl who is the surviving girl is also one of the sisters from Night of the Comet, which is a fantastic movie. If silver is leaving your body, you really should change your diet. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. You just like, you know, get a silver spoon in your mouth. Alright, so that's what we need there. Bag number 7. You watched the classic Doctor Who episode, The Chase, last night, the one with the first Doctor and crew getting chased all over by Daleks. And one point they stopped at a haunted house based in 1996, and a Dalek got killed by an android, made by Microsoft according to the written Doctor Who works. Howdy, Green King Dog, how's it going? Oops. Alright, another plate. Another plate. Huh. Old style car fender. Neat. Have I seen Super Hybrid? No. You don't think Windows 95 would make killer robots? Windows 11, on the other hand? No, Windows 95 wouldn't. Windows ME, though. You can't trust that one. You cannot trust that one. Alright, we have a violin there. Killer car movie. Well, I'll have to... excuse me, I'll have to check it out if I see it. I watched Watchers 2, which apparently is a sequel to something. I need to look up that and see what the sequel, the original is. With Tracy Scoggins and Mark Singer. Who I've been a big fan of Mark Singer ever since Beastmaster, so... Yeah, but there's so much on Tubi, I basically just, like, let it serve me stuff up at this point. It's like, how can I go wrong? I have not done a whole lot of, like, actual searching for things. Alright, so, a violinist is an interesting outfit. Big fan of this hairpiece, though. I really like it. The robots were also immune to Dalek weaponry? Well, that's unusual. Well, it's not Jim, because it's a lady. But yes, it is a nice styled afro. There's a 1x4. There's a 1x4. Use the term killer car loosely, but they sort of explain it during the movie. Well, yeah, I mean it's normal. Sort of explain things. Let's see, trying to think of what other things that I've watched recently that were memorable. They do have Robin of Sherwood, the '84 BBC production, or ITV it might be, British Robin Hood show with Clannad soundtrack. I will definitely have to watch that at some point as well. And of course the Jeremy Brett Sherlock Holmes, which is always good rewatching. How are you supposed to know that's a lady? Well, for one thing, she had lipstick, and also this is very much a female-coded hairpiece, I would say. Does the Robin Hood in that show have an English accent? Yes. And howdy, PGW Chaos. How is it going? Let's see. Black one's here. There we go. He is not the Robin Hood Men in Tights Robin Hood. I mean, the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves Robin Hood, I should say. Mess that one up. It has a very young Harry Winstone. Is it Harry? Ray, or no, Ray. Ray Winstone. I mean, Bahamut, they're manly men. We're men. Manly men. We're men in tights. Vigastry wants to be putting on the Ritz. There we go. Little chain there. And a green trash can. That gets on right there. Yes, that taco. Huh. I would not have expected them to use the car fender piece for the base of the park bench. Alright, and we get these on here. There we go. Nice little park bench. And that goes right there. Okay, 8 by 8. Do have an ad break coming up pretty soon. Let's see, what other interesting things have I seen on Tubi? I mean, I've seen, like, I've been watching just a bunch of fairly unremarkable stuff, too, so. Grew up with the gay furry Robin Hood and the bit too chummy with Germany during that time Robin Hood. Oh, you mean Errol Flynn? I don't think I've ever seen that version of Robin Hood. I should actually watch that. I went to see Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves in the theater. And I'm pretty sure I went to see Men in Tights in theater, too. You haven't posted Taco in the Asylum yet? Maybe, not a rogue guy I can get on that? I mean, you could do it, too. You don't have to wait for someone else to do it. The putting on the Ritz one, not a rogue AI. Alright, 1x4 with solar panel. Do I like watching Men in Tights? If you mean the movie, yes. Robin Hood, Men in Tights. If you mean actual men in tights in any kind of situation, then it depends on the situation. Okay, there we go. We get our little curve in the trunk. Fours, huh? All right. Okay, get that on there. And the ad break is now running. I believe that was the first movie Dave Chappelle was in. It might have been. Back when he was actually funny. Let's put that up there. Alright, get some lime green leaves here. Oh yeah. No, I mean, it's a Mel Brooks movie. You gotta have a callback to Blazing Saddles if it's at least if it's a comedy Mel Brooks movie. Not all Mel Brooks movies are comedies. That kind of needs to be emphasized sometimes. Alright, get a little egg there. And get a little birdie. With an egg the size of the birdie. There we go. There we go. Alright, and we get some leaves here. Blazing Saddles is one of his best movies. However, a good number of people don't seem to understand the point of that movie. No, I think that did go over some people's heads. I would go so far as to say that Blazing Saddles is, like, it can be pretty hard to actually rank top movies. You know, if you're talking about movies in like the top 10, top 50 kind of thing, a lot of them it's like, you know, you could move them around anywhere in there. But many of them should be in that list kind of thing. Blazing Saddles absolutely should be in that list of funniest comedies of all time. Well, probably, you know, first movie that he actually had a lead in or supporting actor role in kind of thing. There we go. This goes right there. Connect that up. And over over here, we have another planter. Alright, spare parts. We've got a brown bar with clip, a white 1x1 dome light, a beige 1x1 tile, and a dark brown Harry Potter wand. Okay. And this goes right there. There we go. So we have a nice little shoreline here. Little public park area with a the birdie in the tree. And let's have a lady playing her violin for anyone walking by. She should probably be looking that way. Yep, doing a little bit of busking. I mean, she's no nay, but, you know. I had so much fun using nay so much in Suikoden 3. Just, you know, I got people in heavy armor running around, and an elf in hammer pants. Alright, so we need another one of these. We have an old doctor. Good to see I seem to like Eiyuden Chronicle. Yeah, I mean, I would be surprised if I didn't, honestly. Like, I mean, I'm going to like Suikoden better because I like the world of Suikoden. I like getting the characters to, you know, show up again game to game. It's Trapper John! That is definitely a set that LEGO would not do, a MASH set. Nay, Green King Dog, 'twas not. Damn shame we'll never actually see Suikoden, you mean 6? No, I knew that they would. I just, like, I was not interested in Rising. It's an action game. I'm not a big action gamer. Didn't really seem like that would be my thing. So I chose to skip it. I mean, I might play it at some point anyway, but just didn't really have much desire to. Well, yeah, but I mean, 4 and 5 still have a lot of the same themes and elements and stuff like that. And tactics. Like, 5 is good. And 4 isn't bad. Like, you can't have the same people working on a series forever. The hope is that you get people who respect the series take up the torch. And I think that happened with 4 and 5. I mean, there were some, there were some issues with 4 that, people wanted some things out of... Well, there were, like, they brought some things back to 4 that they had dropped in 3 that people had expected. One shame is you will not have a connection to the main characters of 3. They were fun. Yeah, I would love to see an actual post Suikoden 3 Suikoden, dealing more with Harmonia and stuff like that. And I mean, like, there's something fair to be said about, going in another direction if you didn't feel like you could do justice to the stories that had already been done to, like, continue them. So you decide to tell other stories. That's not unreasonable. Like, I can definitely respect that. But I mean, with the success of Eiyuden Chronicle and the success, I hope, of Suikoden 1 and 2 Remaster and the upcoming Suikoden game, Starleap, I guess, that I can never remember. Even though I don't like the idea behind the design. And then with the theatrical version, I mean, like, actual theater, and the, television show? Live-action television show, I think. Maybe they will actually, do some more actual numbered Suikoden. It's possible. I mean, whatever the original designer's intent was probably would have changed anyway. I mean, there's always, not corporate meddling per se, but, corporate always has, like, you got budget issues, you've got time issues. By the time they even got to it, they may have had different ideas. You can kind of see that with Babylon 5, if you go read what JMS had plans for early on and then see what we actually got, there's some pretty substantial differences. All gets what he wants, but they keep going further back in time. I'd be okay with that. You're not giving up hope on Starleaf? Yeah, I'm not giving up hope on it. It's just more of a very cautious... I'm being very cautious about it. There will be a Steam port now, and the gacha is not required at all to complete the game. Yeah. I do appreciate that. And I will definitely be keeping an eye on it when it gets time to release. I don't think there's a release date yet, though. Like that one fighter pilot that got shoehorned into the second season? Yeah. They wanted a young, you know, fighter pilot type character and forced JMS to put him in. So JMS got him killed off by the end of the season, and the studio didn't say anything about that, meaning that they probably forgot at that point. But at the same time, like, you know, I feel like that was actually a decent addition to the series, you know? Because you got to get, you know, a bit more of a normal character, you know, normal character's viewpoint on what was going on, and he had his own arc and stuff like that. Right. You know, and originally, Sinclair was going to be the one who had a kid with Delenn, kind of thing. Also, originally, Delenn, I think, was supposed to be male. That's why they make up Mira Furlan's makeup in the pilot movie was pretty masculine. Like, I don't think they mentioned her gender at all at that point, but then when they went to series, they softened it up a bit. So, I mean, there's you know, lots of things that got changed over time, and overall, with the exception of the rush when they thought that they were going to be canceled after Season 4, I think most of the changes ended up being for the better. Suikoden was the first official RPG release on PS1 in the UK. Wow. Pretty cool. Definitely something to be known for. And you could see, like, where they would do something in Season 1 that paid off in Season 3 kind of thing. But you can also see, like, if you really look at it, you could be like, ah, that's not actually where they were originally going to go with that kind of thing. That's always interesting. Could end a season killing one of the series' most beloved characters, sacrificing for another beloved character for the other actor to not renew her contract. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Tan 1x1 plate as our extra piece. And bag number 9. Yeah, that was a real shame. Marcus would have been a great addition to Series 5. I think one of the things that disappointed me the most about Season 5, though, was just the whole telepath plotline and Byron. At least Claudia Christian is still getting work. Oh, yeah. She's a great actress. I mean, I'm sure more of the actors would be getting work if they weren't, if so many of them hadn't passed away by now. Very tragically. Yeah, I recently watched through seasons 1 through 4, and I'm at 5, and I'm like, there's stuff I want to watch in season 5, but I don't know if I want to deal with the telepath arc. After spending all day writing LabVIEW code to run an RF analyzer, only to have the driver decide, nah, I'm not really going to talk to the device today, you're beat. Alright, Seelan, have a good rest of your night. Thank you very much for coming on out. Oh, that's awesome, Vigistry. At least in the novels, Bester dies and the Psy-Corps with him. Oh, yeah. No, I read about that. I haven't read the novel, but I did read the a synopsis there, and it was a good way of taking him out. And I mean, it's good that Bester showed up in season 5. Bester was a great character. I do find it kind of hilarious how Byron, his actor, Robin Atkin Downs, has done so much voice work since, but I really cannot hear him and not think, oh, hey, it's Byron. Not like in a bad way. I mean, it does amuse me. Like, I was watching Luna play through Valkyria Chronicles, and the character Faldio is voiced by him, and I'm like, I cannot hear him without hearing Byron. I don't really remember Third Space much. Like, a bunch of those movies I have not seen since they first aired. When everyone fights extra-dimensional aliens that made the Vorlons wish they still had bowels to void, yeah. Yeah. That was the pilot for a new show, Legend of the Rangers, right? Howdy, Minor Trader. Yep, I'm streaming some Lego building. It was where the Vorlons made a doorway to a different universe where a special species... Yeah, no, I mean, I vaguely remember the overall plot. I just don't remember the details. Probably would help if I didn't do that when I'm putting things together there. There we go. Alright. Oh, it's not a doctor, it's a vet. Because we have, the 7-point asterisk with a paw through it. Paw in the middle. I don't know if this is actually a like a vet symbol. There we go. And get some plants here, out on the balcony. There we go. Okay, and this is going to be at an angle here. There we go. Until we lock it in, it does swing a bit. Legend of the Rangers also had the, wait a minute, JMS just stole this from an anime sequence. The holographic ship combat room, aka the one from the show Vandred. I remember Vandred. This is an interesting bar element. Get a bar with clip on it, and we get a Norwegian blue. Except it's a blue and yellow, you know. Get a parrot right up here. On the perch. That's a neat use of that part, though. I like that. Alright. Angle bar. It is indeed pining for the fjords. It's an X-parrot. There we go, a light. Ah, that's what this is. Okay. So food and water. So we have a pet dish there. You missed the blocky one? The blocky one what? We got a baby bottle. The blocky bird? I mean, this is a slightly altered mold from the original parrot mold way back in when Pirates first came out, but it's the same. Otherwise, it's basically the same. Not sure what blocky bird you mean. Yeah, it has like a bigger, you know, more of a hook to its beak. With the blue, it seems slimmer. Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. And we have a pupper. It's a good pupper. He's going to be on the vet table to be examined. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't zoomed in on it, so... I'm glad that they still have that bird. You know, even if it's a slightly different mold. I'm glad that the bird still exists. The parrot mold. And there's a bunch of colors for it, too. It's quite a science to get that gradient into a single piece. I think the gradient is slightly different with each one. Because it is just a dual molded part. Where they inject in, I mean, it's a slightly it's not quite dual molded. But it is injected with two different colors. And I've gotten regular pieces like this that were not intended to be that. I think because, like, I think they'll mold, like, if they were going to do a yellow one, and they do yellow and yellow and yellow and a bunch of them, then when they're ready to change that mold over to blue, then you might get something like this with the first one. But you can see the little mold mark up there, which is still yellow. But yeah, each one of these is generally going to be a little bit different. Because the colors will swirl differently and stuff. we go. Get that in there. Get that on top there. It's a shame we're getting black ones of these rather than dark orange. Did post the video about the bootleg swirl blocks. Yeah, I generally avoid actual bootleg parts myself. But I do like to get authentic, improperly molded parts. I don't go out of my way, but I do like to collect them when I can. Howdy, Roval Jacks, how's it going? Woke up and had a sourdough and cheese omelet. Nice. Okay, there we go. Get that on there, then that, and that half tile. There we go. Get those right there. 2x4s. Oops. Probably helps if I fill in this little gap right here with the 1x1 brick that's supposed to be in there. This is why Alt doesn't have a public P.O. box. You'd be sending him fun hole sets. Why do you guys just want to make me suffer? I don't understand. It's so mean. There we go. Nice little architectural detail right there. Okay, and we have spare parts. Brown 1x1 plate. Dark orange, brown 1x1 cylinder plate, I should say. A dark orange 1x1 plate. Light blue 1x1 cylinder tile. Yellow 1x1 plate flower. And orange bar with clip. Hey, congratulations there. Has anyone convinced me to play Ultima Pagan yet? Ultima 8 Pagan? No, but they're trying. I mean, it's been in the... it was one of the games in this year's Patron's Choice. All right, we get our vet up there. And if it wins the Patron's Choice, I'll play it. Ultima 8 Pagan. Okay, let's see. We do have a picture of the sets put together, which is kind of neat. There is the ice cream shop, there's the house, the car wash, the ski area, which is amusing. The apartment building, the skate park. I wish I'd gotten the house. I think that's already out of production, though. I do wish that I'd gotten that one. And I wanted the apartment building as well. It had a little old guy in a scooter. Alright. Number 3. You want to know what a paladin is? Well, you can ask. You just gotta ask. What's a paladin? No, so if a game gets into the finals, I will play it. If you guys want to see me play Ultima 8 Pagan, it just needs to get to the finals. I mean, it needs to get to the finals and then be selected. And you can have a say by joining Patreon. There's a lot of windows. Holy cow. But yeah, if I would like decide not to play a game at the point of nomination rather than if it wins. That's kind of rude if I let it get all the way to the end and then was like, nope, sorry, not gonna play it. One day Ald will have to go through Suika Gaiden 1 and 2. That's probably more likely to come sooner than Ultima 8. So this is an interesting... I don't think we have an equivalent slope. So it's a 2x4. I mean, a 1x4x3. But it's a steeper slope than the standard 1x4x2 because it's like functionally a 1x3x3. And it's interesting. It's hollow back there. So you can do something like this. Well, okay, no, it doesn't actually have anything to grab onto there, which is unfortunate. I did eventually do Pirates of Realm Space, yep. Like, the thing is just because just because a game is bad doesn't necessarily mean that I can't enjoy it. There are bad games that I can enjoy. I also played King's Quest VII. Like, essentially, I can have fun with a bad game that I think is a bad game and that I don't like. And it's not even, like, really hate-watching kind of thing or something like that. There we go. Got a guy on his little scooter. Probably electric scooter. Okay, another one of those. And we get 6 1x4s. Like, it would actually be much worse to start playing a game that I think is going to be good and then it turns out to be bad. That would be a much worse experience than playing a game that I know is bad up front. If I know it's bad, I can find ways to enjoy it. Okay, probably should not put that tile there. I mean, I would consider doing Ultima 9 after 8 as well, but again, I'm not going to do it unless it's patron's choice, so... If you want one of these games, you got to start lobbying other viewers. Got to convince them that it's worth it. Brown 1x2 with angled arm and a pair of ferns. Let the others do the work. If an LP is done and it looks interesting, then you watch. I mean, that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being, you know, I'm just here to watch kind of thing. Is it okay to mention a streamer you like in the context of suffering through certain games? Sure. I mean, the only thing that I wouldn't want people to do is something along the lines of, which I don't think any regular person here would do, something along the lines of, you suck at this game, I like so-and-so's LP much better, kind of thing. I do own City Skylines, but I know too much about city planning. Where is the 2x2? Did it not come out of the bag? Alright, time to grab plastic bags out of the box that I've been putting them in. Let's see if there's a part stuck in one. Okay, definitely empty. Definitely empty. Definitely empty. Definitely empty. Empty, empty. I mean, it should be in one of these little ones, but it was hard to get all the little ones out without getting the big ones out, so... Alright. Might just be a missing piece. Alright. Did it fall on the floor, perhaps? I don't see one. Okay, I don't know. I think HG is an excellent example of game ideas to play and suffer through. You mean Hungry Goria? Yeah, I mean, she's played some games that I've been like, hey, maybe I should play that at some point. It's not stuck on the bottom of anything. Isn't over there. Yep, I think it's a missing piece. possible... Well, it shouldn't be possible that it went into one of those. Because I think it was over here. It was in this bag.